I recently shot some HDR images from a non-desirable platform. It was moving, it was going up and down, it vibrated, it was a boat. But fortunately, most HDR tools, including Nik HDR Efex that I'm using here, has the ability to fix this. First off, I'm going to turn on alignment, and that's going to take a look at the images and attempt to properly align them. You see that's working pretty well, but because in this case I was moving a little bit from side to side, there's a bit of ghosting. Now this is easier to see if I use the slider down here to increase the brightness. What actually happened here is that the boat was moving pretty quickly, and so it changed position from left to right, and we have a little bit of distortion. But with ghost reduction, it can analyze that, and it's going to clean it up quite a bit. Alright, that's looking really good. I could play with the strength of the ghost reduction, although it doesn't look like a full 100% is necessary. The key area you're seeing that there is in the shoreline, so it's how that blends. I'm satisfied with that, so I'll click Create HDR. It's going to send those images into HDR Efex Pro, and then I can do some tone mapping using some of the custom settings, or start with a preset and tweak it until I get the desired results. There we go. We can now take a look at some of the starting presets to work with. This particular image has a little bit of dust and noise on the lens. It was an extremely dirty day, and some of these structured presets really bring that out additionally. So when dealing with an HDR, you're going to want to choose wisely as you're looking at some of the different tone mappings. This also isn't a bad opportunity to take a look at some of the black and white settings to really get some dramatic images. Alright, I'm going to go with some of these outdoor ones. I really like how it's bringing out the sky. That feels pretty good. And let's take advantage of Nik HDR's selective adjustments with control points. I'm going to click and drag to start to select the area. Clicking on the mask there makes that really easy to see what is being chosen. So with a quick reposition, I could really start to narrow that. I'm going to pull the exposure down just a bit, really bring out the saturation, expand that down there, and the structure so the clouds are nice and dramatic, and put a little bit more strength in there to the HDR effect. Alright, let's option drag that to get a second copy, and we'll put that over here on this side of the sky, and then pull another one up top and just contract that in to narrow its focus. Okay. That's feeling pretty good. I'm going to turn off those masks so I can really see the desired effect. And that's looking really good. Turning that off and on, you see how I brought the clouds out a bit more. Add one more control point here on the actual light tower itself. Pull that in and just tweak its mask. Just go in there to really get the top of the tower. And I'm going to brighten that up a little, put a little bit more structure and more saturation into that tower so it really reads. Alright, the lighthouse is looking good there. I can play with that just a bit. Brightening it up. Feels good. And we'll take advantage of some finishing by putting in a bit of a vignette at the edges and play with the overall curve of the image to get it the feel that I'd like. This has the appropriate feel, a little bit moody, darkening of the sky. I like how that's feeling. And as such, I'll click OK to send it through. In this case, the grittiness is feeling pretty good, but a quick touch-up in Photoshop, a little bit of dust busting with the healing brush will take care of that. Like I said, it was a very windy, dusty day, and taking a look at 100% in Photoshop will make it very easy to touch those things up. Okay, I'm happy with the end result, and that's ready to save out.